Hello everyone, it's Jack with Generation Jak of Cryton Chronicles with another episode of What's in the Box. Today we have Soulfall, a Kickstarter I backed last year. It is a game designed by John Claudis, and the artist is Sandra Rybeck. And we'll take a look, see what's in the box. You probably can't even see it, but there is a title there, right there. Soulfall. There was a lot of controversy over the art choice there to do that, where you could barely read the cover, but it is what it is. So let's take a look at what's inside. It's been a long time, so I don't know if I'll remember everything exactly. It's a 4-player game, so there's 4 different tribes. So you've got red, yellow, blue, and purple. And these are, I believe, the reference guides for each player. They'll give you a rundown on what everything does, what the different cards are, etc., etc. So, yeah. So, game terms, winning mechanisms, what triggers the end game, etc., etc. So, yeah, these are just reference cards. Here we have the devotion cards, and the art. I really like the art on this game a lot. So, each of these devotion cards you devote to different lords. This is, let's see if we can get to Coop the Tempest, and it says so if you control these cards, it will give you a little special ability, and throughout the game these will be swapping between players back and forth. So for example, when you populate, treat spaces occupied by opposing nomad markers as unoccupied. You place one of your markers on an unoccupied space, return that nomad marker to the other player. So they give you little special abilities depending on who's in control and at the start of your turn. Yeah, and I think there's 6 Lord cards. Ginjig's Lyre, and so when you prosper, you may take 1 shard from another player instead. So yeah, just little abilities. So you got 6 devotion cards, 1 per each lord in the game. This is the tower card, I believe. So this is what the first person who triggers the end gets this tower card. It's like 5 extra bonus points, and then everybody else gets a turn. And these 3 are action cards, and they'll literally tell you what you can do on your turn. You get 3 actions per turn, so essentially you only pick. All actions have to be different from the other. So you'll pick one, I'll draw, then you pass the card, and then you'll pick another different action, pass the card, and so on and so forth until you pick your 3 actions. You pass them on to the next player, and they take their turn. And then these are the Lord cards. So, not exactly sure how to explain this without doing like a complete run through here. So I'll have to do like a playthrough. I really like the game. I feel it's a tight game, and I'm just kind of disappointed with the packaging and the Kickstarter in general, how it was handled. This box, but those are issues and rants for another time. So, but each Lord card has got their name, an ability that you can do, and a secondary ability if the condition is met. So they all have potentially 2. So destroy or populate, to Coop the Tempest, destroy or populate. if to Coop the Tempest is a current lord, you may do both. So if the condition's met, you can do the bottom ability. Otherwise, you do the top ability. And each lord, like you saw, to Coop the Tempest was both of those. I think they have 2 main cards each, and multiples of them, and then the rest is just, yeah. All the rest are just different lords, different abilities. Equinoxatide, populate. If Equinoxatide is not the current lord, each other player not devoted to him destroys one of his own nomad markers. So throughout the game, these will be, you'll have a card, hand of cards, and you'll be playing some. There'll be a deck of cards. You'll flip some up to determine current lords. So yeah, the art is really good. It's amazing. It's what made me want to do the Kickstarter, and ended up it was a bonus that it was actually a really well done game. My only issues being with the packaging and the art on the front. As you could tell, you couldn't even read the title of the game, but then you've got this, which, you know, which would be great. It's fully readable, beautiful art. I don't know. So either way, they did give you, with this Kickstarter, I'm assuming if it went retail, this might be in it. I'm not sure, but they give you like an art book, and so you can, a lot of this art's what's actually used on the cards. So, but you get the art book if you want to get that through the Kickstarter. Again, I don't know if it's with the retail or not, so that might be an exclusive or limited exclusive. And you've got the rule book here, all fold out. This is another thing that was, I thought, poorly done, but just in terms of how they did it, it wasn't linear, I guess, from setup to playing, etc., etc. So, but otherwise, it's a cool little fold out. Great art on the use for that. Here we've got the tokens, and basically you'll have, these are shards, shard tokens, and then each player will have a number of nomad tokens, and they kind of work differently throughout the game depending on how you do it. You place nomads, and then you can build them into outposts, and they're double-sided. So, and they'll have like some are hard to see, the little white marking there to signify that it's an outpost. The other side is the nomad. So you'll place nomads, and then you can flip them eventually for outposts. So they double up. The stock's not too bad, but the printing was kind of a poor quality. A lot of them would rip, unfortunately. I had to glue some of mine back on, but yeah. So, and then you got the player boards. They're just really simple, double-sided, 2-player. They got little black markings. 3-player here. This is for 3 or 4, and this one is for another 2-player. So, but yeah, so you'll have these out, and you'll place out your little nomads, and eventually you can flip them in the outposts, and I can go more into that with a playthrough. As you can tell, the boards are kind of warpish. Unfortunately, I probably can put something heavy on them to flatten them out, but yeah, so that was another complaint people had in the Kickstarter. But in general, it's a really well done game design wise, and I think it plays well. People I played it with have liked it, so I'll try to do a playthrough and a review. And yeah, that's all that comes in the box. You get your boards, you got your various cards, you got your Lord cards, you got your action cards, and tower card for the end of the game triggered, and then you've got your actual devotion cards when you devote to a specific lord, and then you've got your reference cards, which again, each player will have their own reference card, and it'll tell you again like what triggers the end, what you can do on your turn, what current game, what game terms are, etc., etc. So, and then you got your tokens and your rules and the art book, and that is Soulfall. I'm Jack, Generation Jak of the Cryton Chronicles. If you enjoyed this video, feel free to like and subscribe and keep track of future videos. Until then, thanks for watching.